Hey guys, welcome back to Tune In Gaming. Zach here, doing a highlights and analysis of the Darkness Below's first 3 story missions. It's the first expansion pack for Destiny. A lot of fun. You also get, a bunch of other stuff. You get a Sparrow. There's 3 new PvP arenas. There's a new raid, a new strike. Tons of new stuff.
Crota and his armies
If you got the season pass, which was $35, then of course you get it for free. Otherwise, it's $19.99. Pretty reasonable price for the amount of game time that you get out of it. I think in total I spent about an hour and a half on the 3 story missions alone. It would have been faster if I was better at Destiny. But it had been a long time since I played, so it took me a while to warm up. But yeah, so this is the start of the first mission here. You kind of get thrown into a bit of a firefight between some dregs and reavers and some hive acolytes, which are just there on the other side of the building. And then it's your first taste of Omnigul, the Will of Crota. He's just a regular wizard pretty much, with a bunch of health. You only have to do about 10% damage to him at this point, and then he kind of just flies away. You don't see him again until the second mission, and then not at all in the third mission, I'm pretty sure. So you never actually get to kill him, which is, I don't know, kind of disappointing. But whatever. More bosses I don't have to kill. Not the worst thing. But yeah, so like I said, this is like 10% of his health, I'm pretty sure. So about 5% right there, and then it doesn't take very long at all. Very simple to do. It can get kind of annoying with all the other guys shooting you, but yeah, you get rid of him. You go down in these tunnels that were behind him, and you come across these acolytes that are performing a summoning ritual for the Blade of Crota, which is this guy here. Again, very simple, just a knight with a big ass sword. Exactly what it looks like. Very, easy to kill, as long as you're not an idiot like myself and get backed into a corner. And like if warlocks couldn't just float in the air forever, he probably would have fucked me up. However, I was able to get away and kill him. Now, the best part about this guy here is you kill him and you're able to pick up his sword, which, to be quite honest, is my favorite part of Destiny, is using the sword. There was that one other story mission where you got to use a sword, and it was so much fun. And so I was really excited to see it come back into this mission here. I'd love to see more of it too. However, it is extremely OP, so I'm not surprised that you don't see it very much at all. However, Ern Mortis, the vendor on the tower, has some bounties specific to this that, having the sword helps you unlock. Yeah, once you go down into those tunnels, it kind of disappears, and they don't let you have the sword anymore, which was kind of disappointing. So this is the boss battle here. First mission, pretty short, not much to it, and then get right into the boss battle. You've got a Dark Burden, which I had no idea what was at first, and then I quickly realized it's the ability, or the inability rather, to jump. Like, you can do your basic jumps, but you can't have any double jumps or anything like that, As a warlock, and someone who uses the warlock's ability just to float away from battle on a regular occasion, that was kind of disconcerting to me right off the bat. So I decided a new strategy. I'm just going to hit him with as many rockets as I can, as fast as I can, and hopefully that kills him. Almost. I was pretty close, and I figured, you know what, feeling pretty confident, I can just run some rounds into him, no problem. Yeah, thralls happened, and so that plan was not viable either. So this is the third time around I actually decided to, instead of just backing away and shooting at him in the face and hoping to kill him before he kills me, I'd actually run away, create some distance, kill a couple ads, and then turn and pop some more rounds into him. It was a pretty effective way of getting rid of him because he can't keep up with you at all. So worked out pretty well. But yeah, so mostly it's a pretty easy boss fight as long as you're smart about it and focused. And like I said, I hadn't played Destiny for a long time, and I was just not really paying as much attention as I should have to what was going on. But let's jump into the second mission here.
Rasputin is the last of the war mines. They were the greatest defense systems ever devised. A massive network of satellites and doomsday weapons built to protect humanity. Crota's army gathers near one of the war mine's hidden bunkers. We cannot let the Hive destroy Rasputin, or worse, control him.
Alright, so the second mission again was it was also pretty short. It took almost as long to get to the mission as it did to actually do the mission. However, part of that was because I decided I'm going to be really cool and do some barrel rolls on this new Sparrow I got. Turns out I'm fucking awful at doing barrel rolls. That was the best one I got out of like fucking 10 minutes almost. It was absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, basically I fucked up a lot and I'm terrible at doing barrel rolls. You could probably do a much better job than me. However, that Sparrow actually has some other neat qualities. You can juke to the right and the left with the bumpers there. Makes it a really great way to avoid fire from enemies. Not stoked on like the color scheme and the design or whatever, but still a pretty cool Sparrow just for those abilities alone. So I'm not going to bitch about the color too much. And again, you see here thralls. Thralls, and more thralls. And that's just gonna be an ongoing theme. You know, not that I mind enemies that take 2 bullets to kill, but you know, it is also nice to have a bit of a challenge sometimes. I don't know, I think there's gotta be a good medium, which I think Destiny kind of failed to hit with these story missions here, at least the first 2. However, they're still a lot of fun to play through, and I certainly enjoyed them. Salad night, but I figured I'd use some heavy ammo just because there was some at the bottom of the stairs there. Because why the fuck not, you know? But yeah, so we're already at the boss fight here, or if you could even call it a boss fight. Pretty much Omnigul shows up, as you'll see exactly right where I'm standing, because I'm an idiot and not, you know, moving. Yeah, he shows up right there. Again, you just do a bit of damage to him. He fucks off. He hides behind a window that's off to my right there, which you'll see in this little bit. And then he just kind of starts summoning waves of enemies for you to fight. And again, more thralls right there. As always, gonna just be around to piss you off. I'm not sure if the developers were just trolling or what, but like, man, thralls were super prevalent. But yeah, that's Omnigul over there, hiding behind the window, and the doors on each side are locked, so you can't get to them. And then he's just summoning waves. You'll get a knight, a wizard, 2 thralls, and 1 cursed thrall in each wave. You know, not particularly difficult to defeat them. You know, like, it's not tons of enemies there. So this one was pretty easy. However, once you finish this first wave off, you get the second wave is actually 2 of those groups. I didn't realize that. Saw the first one, and I in fact unknowingly just, you know, backed right up into the second one. So that caught me a bit off guard, and they almost fucked me up. But again, warlocks just float the fuck away from combat whenever they want, so that was pretty handy and kept me alive. Yeah, and I was just kind of getting sick of their shit, so dropping supers all over the fucking place when I don't need to. Yeah. Now, those sigils on the ground, the green glowing things, important to note that if you spend too much time in them, they'll actually do a big chunk of damage to you. They'll completely destroy your shield, you know, which I had no fucking idea, of course. Another ongoing theme in this DLC is Zack has no fucking idea what's happening. But yeah, if you spend too much time in those, they'll, and if it catches you off guard, it can certainly be very disadvantageous to just have a bunch of your fucking life taken away like that. Yeah, so I was finally able to kill these wizards and finish off that wave of the two groups, and then like an idiot just ran through some fucking poison, because, you know, why not, right? So after you kill those two waves, you get the, you know, kind of like the final wave. You get the Might of Crota, just a big ass ogre. Very easy, in fact. You just kind of hang out here, and he can't really hit you around the pole. So as long as you're just smart about it, you can pump rounds into him, no problem. And then it also gives you a very good vantage point on hitting those ads that show up on the left hand side before they can even get within range of you. So certainly not difficult. I found it much easier than the first boss battle, obviously, as you know, I kind of fucked that one up real good, but you know, this one went really well. Very easy. You just kind of stay here. He can't hit you while you're shooting the minions, and then it's easy to just pop rounds into him. Rocket launcher to the face will stun him, and then, you know, from there it's not very hard to just finish him off, like so. So yeah, that was the second mission. Certainly make sure you run over his dead body, you know, pick up that Selkin Codex. You return in the Cryptarch for some, you know, glimmer, because everybody needs some more glimmer in their lives. But yeah, that's the end of the second mission there. Again, very similar to the first. It was pretty short. You know, a longer boss battle at the end, which I at least appreciated, but certainly not too difficult. So let's just jump onto the third one here. This mission's actually on the moon as opposed to Earth, which were the first two were. So we'll jump onto the moon, and that's actually where the new raid is located as well.
6 of us went down into that pit. I was vain enough to believe we could defeat Crota, but the Hive caught his soul before we could destroy him, and then there was only death. We failed. You cannot destroy the soul of Crota.
Blows me away that she's just like, yeah, 6 of us, you know, went and we all got fucked up, but like, you can do this by yourself, right? You know, like, yeah, it totally makes sense. Fucking ridiculous.
We called it a temple where we first saw Crota.
Anyways, you show up outside this temple, dropship immediately shows up, and basically just, you know, throws you into a firefight pretty much immediately, as is the norm for these missions. Pretty simple firefight, you know, it's got 2 wizards, but nothing you can't handle without, you know, pretty much relative ease. One of my wizards actually ended up flying back into the temple, and I didn't have to kill him until after I killed everyone else in the firefight, so that worked out really nicely for me. But as long as you stay focused and behind some cover, it's really not a difficult firefight to deal with. Yeah. So, yeah, that's the wizard there that just flies back inside, and deal with him later. So that was kind of nice. Here I came upon a Shrieker. It's actually the second Shrieker in this level, and the Shriekers are going to be accompanied by cursed thralls, which are those thralls that blow up. A lot of fun. Annoying as fuck. I didn't realize, you know, the first time I ran into a Shrieker that Cursed Thralls were right around the corner, and they blew my ass to bits. Yeah, it was kind of embarrassing, so I definitely cut that part out. But yeah, as long as you're aware of the Shrieker and the Cursed Thralls, it's certainly not difficult at all.
Find the Wakers. Stop them.
Yeah, so this is when shit started getting kind of intense. You know, hearts racing. You know, and you just, you know, a couple acolytes, but you know, there's continuous action pretty much from this point on until the end. And I don't know, I got really into it. It was certainly exciting. So they at least did something right there. Certainly not especially difficult though, as you can see. Just, you know, some acolytes, and then just down the other end of the chamber, thralls, more thralls, and then some more fucking thralls. Just like, I'm pretty sure there was like 500 right there. But yeah, so again, not a very difficult firefight, but it certainly gets you into the action. I'm not going to complain too much. Well, I have been a lot, but I'm going to try to stop complaining so much about the thralls, because honestly, if you want to throw 50 thralls at me, it's manageable, like very easily manageable, and I'll feel like a badass because I just killed 50 fucking thralls. But yeah, as you can see, this firefight was not very difficult. It looked pretty intimidating with that many fucking minions running out of a fucking door. Turned out to be not difficult at all. And it's just running up these steps, staying away from these sigils, a couple more thralls, you know, no big deal. And then, what is it? Yeah, you get up to these stairs, and there's an ogre chilling over there. He's, you know, probably a very intimidating fellow if you go up this small set of stairs. However, if you don't, he's incredibly easy to kill. He can hardly hit you, and then you just pump rounds into him until he dies. It takes no time at all. Pretty simple and not challenging. But yeah, and again, walk over his body, get that Silken Codex, get that glimmer, you know, need some glimmer. But here we are, we're at the final chamber here. There's 4 knights on the bridge here. They're pretty simple to take care of. You can, as you can see, get one of them dead before the other 3 even stand up, and the second one almost as well. And again, watch out for that glyph, that'll get summoned there every time. I obviously didn't know about it, and as you saw, it did a big chunk of damage to me, so just watch out for that, and then finish off those knights, no problem. Now, I wasn't very smart and didn't realize that the wizards only start attacking you once you actually hit them. I ended up having like 3 of these wizards going at the same time. So yeah, just hit them one at a time, take them out one at a time. It's so much easier, gonna save you so much time, gonna make this a much simpler battle. You finally kill the wizards though, and this here happens. The soul of Crota awakens, and it's this big ass crystal shard. And so I pretty much just like, yeah, I'm just gonna fucking fire rockets at it, and it'll die. Worked to a degree. However, watch out for those floating blocks. Like, if rockets hit that, I've actually had it where the rocket hit that, and then, you know, fucking didn't hit him at all. So this took me a fair amount of time. It was actually kind of challenging. There's a lot of ads that come, you know, lots of thralls and acolytes and cursed thralls, and they throw a lot of shit at you. And then that, just coupled with his big ass green missile attack, as I am prone to calling it, just, you know, leaves you kind of disoriented and all over the place. So I eventually found this cave that I'm in now. I was able to whittle him away, and on like the 4th time, and I was able to defeat him. When I finally found the cave, it made it infinitely easier because he can't hit you, and then you're just dealing with thralls and acolytes and nothing else. But yeah, so that's the 3 missions for the Destiny: The Darkness Below DLC. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. This is my first solo video I've done for the channel, so I'm pretty stoked on it. But anyways, thanks for watching, and be sure to tune in next time, as I'm sure we'll have some equally exciting things going on for you. Alright, later guys.